quick check-in. There's a song, old school song, and said, "Baby, baby, if you do it, take your time, do it right. You can do it, baby." I'm going old school on you. Okay. So I was thinking about that song when I think about relationships and I think about the dating process. There's a difference between dating and courtship. Dating these days is fast and selective. Sometimes people date more than one person, which is fine. You know, you just need to be honest with whomever you're dating. But I do think my values are a little bit different than some people's. And some people, they want to hang out and kick it with everybody, which they have the right to. But also, in my mind, I want to be courted. I don't. I want the courtship. I want that person to take their time with me and get to know me, and it not be um, a situation where you're not getting to know me. Getting to know me is not coming to my house and doing Netflix and chilling. Also, courtship is different from what you would call um, casual dating. Casual dating, you dating, probably dating a lot of different people. Maybe you get intimate with them, maybe you won't. It's up to you. It's your choice. Just be safe when you out here. If you are casually dating and you're using apps, which a lot of people use Tinder and Plenty of Fish, Black People Meet, whatever it is, or maybe you just out and about and you met somebody that caught your eye, you want to talk to them. I do think that you just need to be careful, especially when you're doing online dating. Online dating, you may not be getting the full truth for some people. Some people are truthful, but some people use these platforms to play games, like to tell half of the truth. Like they may be in a relationship, they may be living with someone, but you won't know it. Especially if you open your home and your legs and say, "Come over, let's kick it," and you don't know anything about that person. You never visit their home. You don't know who, do they have a roommate? You don't know nothing. They might present themselves nice and clean, got a nice car, but may at home be different. So, and our caution is for women and men. You know, men, I would never say men are the only people like using casual dating or online casual dating to seek a partner. Hopefully you are being smart and careful when you are trying to date people, because I know there are stories where people get hurt in casual dating, um, from apps, and it's mainly because I think people feel more comfortable like communicating via like a text message or something like that, but that's not showing you the full story. So just take your time and try to get to know the person, and also understand that the truth as you seek it may not be fully aware of at that point. So don't assume that everything that person has told you is the full truth. Um, pre-dating, I mean pre apps. I remember meeting guys, and I guess at the time I'm so old that we used to have to be on the phone, one of those toll-free phones that you don't see no picture. You just talk to the person over the phone, and you thinking you know that person, and you don't. You don't know that person at all, so you got to be careful. Like, now I guess my top advice, if you are doing online dating, is one, um, it depends on your comfort level. If you are comfortable in giving out your telephone number, go ahead and do it. Or if you don't, you can use a Google Voice number. So that person won't be calling your direct number. Or you can link your Google Voice number to your real number. You could use the WhatsApp app. I think it's WhatsApp or something like that. Um, and it gives you a number, and they could text you, and it could come to your phone, basically. So that's an option as well. There are a lot of other options out there that you can use. Um, I had some stuff on my phone at some point, but I hardly ever communicate that way because it's not something that I'm comfortable with. I do have a Google Voice number. I only used it a few times for business or if I was like looking for quotes or something. But there's, I don't even know if I have it anymore. Damn. I thought I had, it was an app that was on my phone that I think I took it off. It's an app on my phone, or was an app on my phone where you can talk to people, look at like videos and stuff like that, but I took it off and I don't need it. Um, Two is take it with a grain of salt. You know, some people want to meet up immediately when they contact you. Others are very selective or they're just using this to connect to a human being. They may not necessarily want to hurry up and date, or they may, in some strange way, some people may be scared. They might say, well, I'm just going to test this out and see how this goes. If you do end up meeting someone, go out on a regular meeting, meet up at Starbucks, go for coffee. I know it sounds corny, but better safe than sorry. Make sure someone knows where you're at, especially if you're a female. Um, I highly I don't suggest like these come to your house dates. You got to be crazy because there's a lot of people getting hurt. And to be honest, um, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not saying. I mean, for me, I wouldn't do it because you're taking a chance of giving your personal information to a complete stranger. They could give that information to one of their boys, and they can all rush in your house and date rape you. Or it might be a person who still got a partner attached to them, and they may follow to your house and may not come in, and then later they will come in and you see you come home and jump you because they think you cheating with a man or something like that. So be very careful. I had some pretty funny stories back in the day, but as of lately, I haven't been using too many of those to like meet with people because I'm in school right now, so I really haven't had time for that. But when I did go out, I went out on like Starbucks dates or met at a diner. And there's no harm, no foul. If he don't like me or I don't like him, there's no vibe. Hey, we had a nice dinner, got to know you, and keep it moving. Um, Three, if there's nothing but endless text messaging, that might not be the person for you if you're trying to move fairly quick to meet somebody face to face. Um, I think that after a couple weeks, if it's like 3 or 4 weeks and this person still hasn't wanted to sit down and break bread with you in person, face to face, it's not a good situation because nothing will come of it but you wasting your time. But you will have to make that decision. The last time I waited a long time to meet somebody, I think I met him at the time on Tinder. Just like I want to say a year and a half ago or something like that. We finally met up. He was like completely different in person. He had no great personality. He had a nasty attitude, and what he presented on, text message and over the phone was different than in person. He wasn't a gentleman, and I went to the movies and I moved on. I never heard from him again, and I was happy with that decision because I didn't feel like why waste your time? I've met with guys that ended up being cool buddies. They just want me to be friend, and that's fine as well. Especially when you factor in, it may take some time for you to really build something consistent. But I do believe I know enough couples that have met from social media, whether it was like Match.com or Facebook or just being introduced to each other because they were in a Facebook group or something like that, or on LinkedIn, to know that once a man knows what he wants and a woman knows what she wants and they're in sync, it doesn't take a long time to figure out what you want to do. So when people are dragging their feet, most likely they're just dragging their feet and they're not going to be serious. Don't lie to yourself about what is occurring and take the time to assess what's going to work for you. You're not chopped liver and you don't have to take certain treatment if you don't want it. That's all I got to say right now. So, this is little food, mental food to process and think about as you move ahead in your process of 2020. And maybe you will meet your partner, but you won't meet your partner by staying at home waiting to meet the perfect person. So get out there, live a little life. Go to a movie. No, don't go to a movie. Go do something different that you would never do. You never know who you're gonna bump into while you're out. So, and one of the things I saw earlier this year was a statement by an actress. Forgot her name, but she said instead of focusing on why you don't have a partner, just invest your time in yourself. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. Go out there and live life, pour into yourself, go back to school, work on your weight, whatever it is that you have identified that is going to make you the best version of yourself. Do that instead of obsessing over, I don't have a man, I don't have a woman, I need children. Squash that and focus on what you need to do right now to be a healthy, positive, healed person. Healed. HEALED. That's what you need to do. So for now, goodbye.